What are the keys for Ryan to be victorious that night?
Be himself and understand that this fight means more than a fight that he fought with Tank Davis. Prove and believe, and also understand that, you don't get too many cracks or bite at the apple.
In my mind, going says help Ryan because he's a good kid. He's a good person. You need to help him, and the people around him need to help him. So I feel a little sad for him because he need to have a good person, good people around him to hey Ryan, let's go, let's take it easy, slow down, and then we'll see.
Who do you think wins that one? Ryan. Ryan's gonna win, yeah? Knockout? I hope so.
You lot think I'm joking? I bet any money Barrios stops Garcia. I bet you any money. I'm not even joking. Barrios stops Garcia. He's gonna fuck all the bags. I need to make my money back on him.
What kind of Ryan do we expect coming into that fight versus Mario Barrios?
I don't know. What are you guys all expecting?
There's something that keeps on saying, and I kind of agree to it, that we're uncertain what kind of Ryan we're going to get. Gotta give me something, Rolly.
I tell you, for all we know, he might still have PTSD from me.
Ryan is one of those kids that we don't know. If he comes out and has that great training camp and great preparation, is in great shape, he could go out and win by knockout, but we don't know. We don't know. Ryan hasn't showed, there's fights where he's sensational, but next fight he does.
Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, the fight that will either crown a legend or expose a fraud. Let's be brutally honest here. Nobody in boxing right now divides opinion quite like Ryan Garcia. The man is either a generational talent on the verge of cementing his legacy, or he's the most elaborately constructed illusion in the history of the sport. And on fight night,
Side looking in, he's got to focus. You got to focus because a big part of the preparation is just not the physical part; it's the mental preparation. And to fight at an elite level, it's hard to kind of do everything. And I know firsthand. When you're fighting at the highest level, you got to have tremendous amount of focus.
Yeah. Barrios, any money stops Garcia. I am 100% confident.
Fight against Mario Barrios, we are finally going to get our answer. No more excuses, no more conspiracy theories, no more TikTok distractions. Just two fighters, one ring, and the cold, unforgiving truth. Let's start with the elephant in the room, shall we? The question that every boxing analyst, every diehard fan, and every casual observer has been whispering. Sometimes,
Who you favor in the fight?
I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think the height plays a major part. I think the jab of Barrios plays a major part if he apply that jab. But Ryan got to show more than the left hook. At the same time, Ryan can punch. Barrios
screaming. Since Ryan Garcia became a household name, which Ryan is showing up? Because here's the thing about King Rai. He doesn't just have two sides to him, he has an entire personality wardrobe. And nobody, not even the people closest to him, seem to know which outfit he's picking for fight night.
He's moved up from incredible weight. People forget about that. That's why I brought it up. How many weight classes this man has really moved up. Incredible, just incredible. But now, yeah, Barrios wouldn't be as big as those other guys, but he's still a guy that's confident. He's a guy that's a world champion. He's a guy who throws a lot of punches. He's a guy who's younger, who's active, who I know you can't go by this guy beat this guy, but he could beat that guy, but he could beat this guy, but you can't go by that in my business, in this business, because styles make fights.
We have seen the version of Ryan Garcia that made Gervonta Davis look mortal with that devastating left hook heard around the world. We have also seen the version of Ryan Garcia that looked like he'd spent more time live streaming with internet personalities than actually throwing combinations on the heavy bag. And therein lies the single most dangerous storyline heading into this bout. Not Barrios' jab, not the size disadvantage, not the welterweight power questions.
Ryan's got a bigger punch than that. Bigger punch than, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when Ryan touches you,
No, when he touches lightweights, see, he hasn't dropped real welterweights.
Okay, yep.
Is there even a real welterweight
that he's fought.
in the welterweight division? I think Conor Benn's the only real welterweight left at 147. So this new welterweight game is lightweights moving up. Okay? There's no OG 147. And with that, I can't give Ryan the credit you're trying to give him.
Okay.
Yeah, with that.
How likely is it, though, with those names that you're like, 47 looks pretty good?
mean, oh my gosh. I mean, I could eat him up like Tic Tacs, baby. I mean, I already beat Mario Barrios, schooled him. He's champion and remaining champion. He got back-to-back draws. That's a history in the making. Not an entertaining one, but it's history in the making. Drawing, so let's see if Ryan can, beat him.
It's the burning, maddening uncertainty of Ryan Garcia's own mind. Sources close to the camp will tell you he's locked in. His father, Henry, swears the boy is in the best shape of his life. Mentally sharp, physically devastating, and ready to remind the world why they fell in love with him in the first place. His coaching team has been practically gushing about his discipline and intensity during training camp, painting a picture of a focused, hungry, dangerous fighter who has something enormous to prove. And honestly, maybe they're right. Maybe this is the version of Ryan that shows up.
They're playing with fire once again, stepping in to somebody else's territory once again, But, it's boxing, man, and we want to make great fights, and sometimes it takes great names to sell big fights. And so we are, like I said, I already slapped Mario Barrios up, outclassed him, so it would take Ryan.
So if Barrios does win, what's the path to victory?
Well, if Barrios wins, there's other big names. There's a lot of big names out there right now with a lot of these young fighters, and so, to continue on this path by continuing to fight bigger names.
If Ryan wins, though, what would be the reason? Would you say speed, power, timing, or IQ?
I think speed, power. Ryan's a great fighter when he seems to be all together. But in all honesty, he shouldn't be fighting for a world title again. He just lost. And now he's fighting for a world title.
The one with the movie star looks, the terrifying left hook, and the heart of a champion. But here's where it gets complicated, folks, because Ryan Garcia himself has not exactly been helping his own cause. The man has reportedly been spending considerable time around YouTubers and streamers during what should have been the most sacred, most isolated, most ruthlessly disciplined training camp of his career. Now, is that a problem?
I'll be fighting for a world title, and he's just coming off a loss. But the reality is what I said before. Social media is the reason why, because Mario Barrios, even though he's a champion, he needs Ryan Garcia to get a big payday.
What do you think is the biggest weakness that Ryan still hasn't fixed yet?
I don't know. I don't know if it's his ability to fight. I don't think there's nothing wrong there. I think it's mental. It's his mental because every time you don't know if he's playing or if he's, actually really going through something. So, I would say.
Is that disqualifying? Maybe not on its own. But when you combine it with his history of inconsistency with the public meltdowns, with the erratic behavior that has made even his most loyal supporters nervous, it creates a portrait of a fighter whose greatest opponent has never been the man standing across the ring from him.
Training camp and in great preparation, is in great shape. He could go out and win by knockout, but we don't know. We don't know. Ryan hasn't showed, there's fights where he looks sensational, but next fight he doesn't. And that just happened with Haney, and then the next fight against Rollis didn't look too good. So we don't know what we're going to see with Ryan. I hope to, I like Ryan. He's a great dude, Southern California, great kid, great. But, having to be with three of the top trainers and not being able to train with neither of them, and now going back to his dad, I don't know. There's questions there. You know, is that going to work? Is he doing it because he doesn't want to work harder? He wants to call the shots, and his dad's going to do whatever he wants. We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. You know, if it was his dad, he would stay with him his whole career and never.
Ryan Garcia's greatest opponent is Ryan Garcia, and that fight has been going on a lot longer than any boxing match. And then there's the coaching situation, which, let's just call it what it is. Bizarre. When you are a top-tier professional fighter preparing for a world title bout, you want the best strategic mind in your corner. Someone who has studied your opponent inside and out. Someone who can make in-fight adjustments that could be the difference between a knockout victory and a devastating loss. Circled back to being trained primarily by his father. Now, there is something beautiful and poetic about that in theory. The prodigal son returning to his roots, trusting the man who built him from nothing. But let's not romanticize this too much. Multiple elite trainers have come and gone in Garcia's career in a pattern that suggests one clear thing. Ryan Garcia wants control above all else. He wants to do things his way. And when it comes to boxing, doing things your way against a calculated, disciplined, active world champion like Mario Barrios is either the most inspiring act of self-belief you've ever witnessed, or it is the most reckless gamble in recent memory. There is genuinely no in-between. Now let's talk about Mario Barrios, because this man has been criminally overlooked in the build-up to this fight. And that is a catastrophic mistake by anyone.
My intentions are today, bro. I'm trying to train. I'm locked in. What? Look at this guy. Who is this guy? I don't even know this guy.
Always right.
Always right. Always ready. Yo, we ready. Yeah, we ready. You got the essentials on? Oh my God.
Don't read the story.
Devin Haney got his ass whooped in the essentials, and he's wearing the essentials. That's sad. And you got the Devin Haney shorts? Oh my God. That's the ones he's in. That's crazy. Crazy work. I can't get this brand for me, man.
Coronation for Garcia. Barrios is not a stepping stone. Barrios is not a name on a highlight reel. Mario Barrios is a legitimate, confident, battle-tested world champion who wakes up every single morning with one mission. And that mission is to make Ryan Garcia look like the overhyped social media creation that his critics have always claimed he is. The man is tall, he is active, he throws volume, he knows how to use his jab to control distance, and he has been crystal clear about his game plan. Neutralize the left hook, control timing, use his physical advantages to make Ryan Garcia uncomfortable for 12 long...
Talent, but when, they say hard work beats talent, but when talent works hard, it's freaking over, man. This guy's a champ.
Ryan's intensity right now in camp is through the roof. It's absolutely superhuman type of stuff. I try to do some of the stuff, and I try to give some of my other clients that I work with some of his workouts. Can't even last a percentage of it, man. He's doing crazy numbers right now.
Genuinely believes, with every fiber of his being, that he is the most dangerous man in the welterweight division. And you know what? He might not be wrong. Jeff Mayweather, a man who has forgotten more about boxing than most people will ever know, has been saying something that should send chills down the spine of every Ryan Garcia fan. Mayweather has openly questioned whether Garcia's opportunity at this level is based on genuine merit, or whether it has more to do with his astronomical social media following and his ability to generate interest and revenue. Think about that for a second. Think about what that actually means. Is Ryan Garcia fighting for a world title because he has earned it through the traditional grind of elite competition? Or is he fighting for a world title because the boxing world has correctly identified him as a money-making machine whose name on a poster puts eyes on screens? Mayweather's suggestion that Garcia perhaps should not even be in this position following a loss is not just a hot take. It is a legitimate, serious question about the integrity of how world title opportunities are distributed in modern boxing, and it hangs over this entire fight like a storm cloud. Then we have the power question. Possibly the most technically fascinating debate surrounding this matchup. Ryan Garcia's left hook is legitimate. It is real. It is one of the most dangerous single punches in boxing right now, at any weight class. But here is the uncomfortable truth that nobody in Garcia's corner wants to acknowledge out loud. Knocking out lighter fighters at lightweight is a fundamentally different proposition than dropping a natural, full-grown welterweight who has been competing at this weight for years. The critics are not wrong to ask the question. Garcia has yet to put away a legitimate natural welterweight in devastating fashion. Here is the bottom line, stated as dramatically as this fight deserves. Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios is not just a boxing match. It is a referendum on Garcia's entire existence as a professional fighter. It is the moment where either everything clicks into place. The talent, the belief, the focus, the power. And a genuine star is born at welterweight. Or it is the moment where every critic, every doubter, every Jeff Mayweather type who has been raising an eyebrow at Garcia's trajectory gets to stand up and say they told us so. Garcia needs to look himself in the mirror before he walks to that ring and decide once and for all who he is. Not the social media personality, not the guy hanging with streamers, not the erratic, unpredictable wildcard that makes headlines for the wrong reasons. The fighter. The pure, gifted, genuinely special fighter that flashes brilliance every time he fully commits to being great. If that Ryan Garcia shows up, Barrios is in serious trouble. If any other version walks through those ropes, heaven help him, because Mario Barrios absolutely